Just in, Nathan Cleary breaks down. After his coach Ivan Cleary announces his retirement, Donarell in shock. In the shadowed sanctum of a father's unbreakable legacy, where the thunder of triumphs masks the whisper of farewells, can the son who inherited the fire now stand alone in its fading glow? Envision the crisp autumn hush of Penrith Panthers headquarters on a gray November morning in 2025, the air laced with the faint tang of dew on training fields scarred by a decade of dynastic glory. Ivan Cleary, the architect of an era, his brow furrowed like ancient riverbeds, hands calloused from clipboards and handshakes, had woven the Panthers into rugby league's unbreakable spine. 4 straight premierships, a feat echoing the immortals of old, all under his steady gaze. A man whose own playing days as a fullback had danced with destiny before yielding to the mentor's mantle. Beside him, always in the frame, stood Nathan Cleary, the heir apparent, his son's silhouette a mirror of promise, halfbacks poise honed in the same backyard drills that shaped a legend. Their bond was the code's quiet poetry. Ivan's tactical genius birthing Nathan's clutch kicks, a father-son symphony that turned suburban Sundays into national anthems. Yet beneath the silverware, whispers of weariness had stirred. Ivan's battles with the unseen weights of leadership, the toll of scrutiny that shadowed even victory's parade. It was in the off-season's reflective veil, mere days after the Panthers' preliminary final exit, that Ivan chose his moment. Gathered in the club's modest auditorium, walls adorned with banners like tapestries of conquest, the hum of air conditioning underscoring the gravity, he faced the family he'd forged, the players who'd become sons, and the son who'd become his mirror. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. The turning point unfurled not in roar, but in the intimate fracture of a voice, long steady as a forward pass. Ivan leaned into the microphone, eyes tracing the room's familiar faces, his words measured yet laced with the tremor of finality. I've given everything to this club, to this game, but now it's time to step back, to let the fire pass fully to the next hands. The air thickened, a collective exhale like the hush before a grand final siren, as he spoke of recharge, of reflection away from the relentless grind, a retirement not in defeat, but in quiet surrender to time's unyielding march. In that suspended breath, Nathan's composure forged in origin crucibles began to yield. Seated front row, jersey still bearing the season's salt, he met his father's gaze, 2 pairs of eyes identical in their quiet intensity, and the dam broke. A single tear traced his cheek, then another. His broad shoulders quay as sobs rose unbidden, raw and unrehearsed. Dad, you've been my everything, he choked out, voice fracturing like turf under cleats, rising to envelop Ivan in an embrace that blurred the line between coach and kin. The room, a brotherhood of warriors who'd bled together, dissolved into shared vulnerability, teammates averting eyes in respect, others nodding through misty gazes, the echo of muffled sniffles weaving through the silence. No cameras captured it then, but the private confessional leaked into legend, whispers of Jerome Luai's hand on Nathan's back, a silent vow of unity, as Ivan held his son close, murmuring, "You've got this, Nath. You've always had it." The emotional climax swelled as father and son parted, Ivan's hand lingering on Nathan's shoulder, a final tactical nod before the baton slipped free. Nathan wiped his face with a sleeve, standing taller amid the ache, his breakdown not collapse but catharsis. A public son's grief for the private man who'd sacrificed sleep for strategies, joy for the club's greater good. The players encircled them, a scrum of solidarity, their murmurs a low rumble of, "We've got your back, boys," turning personal twilight into tribal torch passing. Word of the announcement rippled outward like a try under the posts, but it was the Cleary's raw exchange that ignited the inferno. By midday, NRL insiders had shared the sanitized press release, yet the heart of it, the son's tears, spread through trusted texts and teammate tributes, humanizing the headline into heartache. In the aftermath, social media's vast arena erupted in a symphony of sorrow and salute. Tad Cleary legacy trended from Sydney's harbors to regional heartlands, amassing millions of impressions. Fan montages intercutting Ivan's sideline roars with Nathan's boyhood clips, set to swelling strings that tugged at the nation's collective ribcage. News bulletins on 9 and Fox looped the official statement, but it was the leaked audio snippets, Nathan's choked "I love you, Dad," that pierced deepest, turning pixels into pathos. Fan reactions cascaded like a wave over Bondi. In Penrith pubs, diehards raised glasses through tears, one burly forward confiding to his mates, "It's like losing your own old man all over again," his voice thick with the salt of shared seasons. Across the league, rivals paused mid-training, coaches like Wayne Bennett offering quiet nods of respect, while young fans in Cowboys caps flooded forums with pleas. "Nathan, you're the Panther now. Roar for us both." It spread not as shock, but as shared elegy, a mirror to the farewells we'd all one day face. This seismic shift deepened when viewed through rugby league's storied prism, where dynasties rise and fall like tides on the Nepean River. Ivan's tenure evoked the greats, Jack Gibson's blueprint, Tim Sheen's resilience, yet his Cleary lineage added a filial thread, echoing the father-son sagas from Arthur Beetson to modern mentors, a heritage where coaching is less profession than priesthood, passed like a family heirloom etched in premiership gold. Culturally, in a code born of working-class grit and unyielding mateship, Evan's exit stirred the soul of the suburbs. In Maori and Pacifica enclaves, where family is the unbreakable scrum, elders gathered over evening yarns, likening the Cleary's bond to the Wakatawaki of ancestors, proverbs of legacy that heal even as they part. It wasn't mere retirement, it was right, a chapter closing to affirm that true heritage endures beyond the whistle, in the values whispered from sideline to sun. As the echoes settle into the off-season's amber hush, we turn inward to the profound revelations this farewell unveils. In the relentless forge of sport, where legacies are built on sweat and strategy, what does it mean for a guiding light to dim? Nathan's tears illuminate the universality of transition, not as loss, but as the poignant pivot where one era's end births another's dawn. Sportsmanship, that elegant creed of honor amid the fray, finds its truest test here. In the grace of release, the dignity of stepping aside so others may charge forward. Ivan's choice embodies it. A leader who knows victory's sweetest fruit is seeing his charges claim it unshadowed, a value that elevates the game from mere conquest to the quiet art of uplift. Delve into the hidden labors of such bonds, the unseen nights when Ivan pored over tapes while Nathan slept, or the halftime hugs that masked a father's fear of failure's shadow. Nathan, now adrift in his own command, mirrors our own crossings, from sheltered youth to solitary stride, reminding us that character is not inherited, but ignited in the spark of solitude, tempered by love's lingering warmth. Legacy, that river carving eternity through time's stone, defies simple succession. What will the Clearys, that chapter etch? Not rings alone, but the resilience of release, the way a son's breakdown honors the father's unspoken sacrifices, proving that true inheritance is the courage to grieve, then grasp the reins with grateful hands. Reflect on the chorus of those touched by this tide, teammates charting new plays without their North Star, fans whose Saturdays were sacraments now recast in reminiscence. Their quiet adjustments underscore a deeper ethic, values like humility and handover, where sportsmanship whispers that no summit is solitary,